with your gang, pop your shit. Face on pretty, I stay thick. Beef with who, she got the right one. All these bad bitches, they got the like none. Pity on flick, I got the type one.
What's up, Timmy Turners? It's your boy Black Timmy, and we back at it again with Talk with Timmy Turners, episode 5, I think. And you know how this is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like this video. And you know, we just gonna talk about some random shit. Now, I heard some situation about James Charles. Now, this man always in some shit. Now, I heard a little bit of a story about him was like friends. They wasn't really that close, but they was like associates and something like that. That he was friends with some girl that the girl broke up with her ex. And then they claimed that James was trying to talk to her ex-boyfriend. So we just gonna get right into it. And yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about this. And I heard some guy named Zach trying to insert himself. That ain't got shit to do with him. But we just gonna...
The internet is currently on fire right now over something that we have got to break down more. James Charles has finally come forward to address everything going on. James is officially calling out Zach Sellers, branding him a liar, accusing him of spreading misinformation, and threatening a full-blown defamation lawsuit. Yep, you heard that right. He is saying...
And here's my thing. That guy named Zach guy, how do you know they did something? I mean, like, people can be lying all the goddamn time. So how do you know? Hold on. Hey. Okay. These kids crying in the damn background. If y'all hear that, I'm sorry. But yeah. But what I was saying, oh yeah, like, how do you know that James smashed her ex-boyfriend? Like, how the hell you know that? Like, do you got proof? Do you got screenshots? Do you got receipts? Like it's given that you're trying to exert yourself for attention, which is so sad. Like, it's sad that people will literally do anything for a cloud. Like, can you just not be fake for once in your life and do something genuine? I don't know, play some games or go make some dance videos. And I'm not talking about those cringy ass TikTok dance videos, because let's be honest, me personally, I don't consider it as dancing. But shut up, go do something.
Threatening to. We are going to get into everything that is being said. So on
Please
Wednesday, James Charles posted a TikTok where he talked about why he stayed silent on this topic for a little while, saying that he wanted to wait until after Kayla Malik's recent court win against Evan Johnson, the ex-boyfriend at the center of the entire situation here. And for those who haven't been glued to every detail, Evan Johnson was accused of serious things by Kayla, and the court ruled in her favor, and he's going to jail for 18 months.
Oh yeah, and I heard that the boyfriend was abusive too.
This alone is huge, and James says that this was the reason why he felt free to speak on the situation now, as he didn't want to affect the case in any way. In his TikTok, James was also trying to shut down all of the accusations, denying any wrongdoing in the situation, and straight up was calling out Zach Sellers, who, if you don't know, has been the most vocal person trying to hold James accountable for his role in this whole mess. So in James'
But
video,
what that got to do with you though? Like, are you friends with this girl? Zach, like, are you friends with her? Like, and even if you are, like, still, what has that got to do with you? Like I said, it's like, it's given that you want to, like, you just want attention.
And he has cut ties with him completely. He also says that him and Kayla Malik were not that close to...
And first of all, who are you? Like, nigga, I don't know you. Like, how many followers you got on Snapchat, IG, TikTok, or whatever? Because if he's that damn big, then I don't be seeing him on my fucking For You page or any of these damn apps that I use. Like, boy, who are you?
Despite the public's perception, and he insists...
I know James, of course, but everybody knows him, but...
There was never anything romantic between him and Evan. And for the record, this direct directly contradicts what Zach Sellers has been saying. To refresh everyone's memory, Zach was friends with Evan until he saw Kayla's video exposing him and detailing what he did to her during their relationship. That's when he totally took Kayla's side and has been spreading around her story trying to get justice for her. But in doing so, he also revealed that James Charles had some association with Evan Johnson, claiming that James was pursuing Evan behind the scenes despite being friends with Kayla. So the internet was getting really upset. One, they were disappointed to hear of James possibly trying to pursue.
I mean, you can, like I heard that they wasn't even that close. I mean, that's fair, but still, at the same time, that's kind of wrong. Allegedly, I don't know if he did or he didn't trying to hook up with her ex-boyfriend. I don't know.
A younger guy, once again, who, according to Zach, was straight. People felt that James was not changed from his previous cancellations upon hearing this. Not only that, but there were accusations of James trying to help Evan out, despite the accusations made against him. And then, of course, people were upset because Kayla and James have made content together, and people thought that they were close. So to hear that he was trying to pursue...
I mean, just because that's the thing. This is why people think y'all humans are gullible. Y'all will believe anything. Just because y'all see them two together, it doesn't mean they cool. It doesn't mean they friends. They just like co-workers. They just collab and that's it. Like, those are the same people that believe anything they see on the internet is true. Like, marriage, friendship. Oh, I bought my new car. I bought myself a brand new Lamborghini, knowing damn well that you didn't completely own that fucking Lamborghini. That's probably rented. And the money that you used to rent, that's probably not even your money. That's probably the money that you gotta pay back. I really, this is why I would never believe stuff on the internet, because the internet is fake, y'all. Like, I would never let the internet make me feel insecure about myself, make it seem like I don't got my shit together. Because it's like, y'all act like everything is good. It's like, what's really going on behind closed doors? Like, y'all really expect me to believe that? Like, everything I see on the internet is true? And before y'all say, oh my God, you just jealous, yada, yada, yada. I mean, that's what thing that kills me. That's the first thing they say when I be speaking the fucking truth. They always be like, oh, you jealous. I said jealous. Mind me, y'all, my speech is bad. I talk hella bad, but y'all already know this. But that's the first thing they say. It's like, get that fantasy Cinderella fairy tale out your ass and look in the real world right quick. Like, come on now, this shit is fake. They not really friends.
Evan, they were like, why are you trying to pursue a friend's ex-boyfriend? But in this video James made, he was saying...
Like, why I gotta be jealous? Just because I am not a dick rider, just because I don't kiss ass, just because I don't follow the herd, just because I don't follow the bandwagon, like, unlike y'all, I got my own mind. Like, y'all are zombies. Like, y'all are fucking... It might as well be a zombie apocalypse at this point, the way how y'all moving. That's the only reason why this world is fucked up the way it is now.
That what has been said about him is not true.
Y'all don't give me that damn treatment, so why should I give it to y'all?
I do not support Evan Johnson in any way, shape, or form. Let me make that clear. I don't support him. I don't support violence against women, and I sure as hell do not support the disgusting, deplorable, violent, heinous acts that he committed against Kayla Malik behind closed doors.
James had filmed this prior to the court hearing, but didn't post it until afterwards. But he explained further why he stayed quiet until now.
This is going to court this week. Anything I or anybody else says online can and probably will be used by either Evan's defense attorney or the judge to affect the outcome of its ruling. And I didn't want to put Kayla at any risk for that. I hate that I'm getting online and filming this video right now, but I truthfully have no other choice because I've also spent the last several weeks trying to get in contact with the only person involved in this that actually matters and needs to hear the truth, and that's Kayla Malik. And she has been unwilling to have a conversation with me.
Not really the best sign that Kayla doesn't want to talk to James, at least not for James, because his whole argument in the situation is that him and Kayla weren't actually that close. Kind of seems to be a defense for why he wasn't asking her more about her breakup and why it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they wasn't even that close
to be associated with Evan,
but still, I don't think it should be a reason for her not to have a conversation with him. Me, that's what I think.
James goes on to say that he's suing Zach Sellers for the lies being told about him, and he just has no other choice than to do this.
I am suing Zach Sellers and anybody else that thinks it's funny or entertaining to get online and spread defamatory and slanderous lies, misinformation, completely up stories for the sake of views, likes, engagement, and galaxies. I'm done.
Like we heard from Zach, James then goes on to say that he reached out to Kayla in January to be in a Valentine's Day campaign with Evan for his painted brand. And that's when she told him that they broke up. James included a screenshot of their text messages that said, "Do you want to be in a painted video with your man?" And she says, "I'm not even joking. This made me pissed. I broke up with him effing last night. I saw your story and was crashing out, LMAO. Tune in for the 30-part Who the F Did I Marry series." And he said, "What?" And she said, "Girl, he is effing crazy." James then says, "What happened? Can I have him now? LMFAO. I'm so sorry, Kayla. You deserve better." And she said, "Imagine like the worst things a human can do to you. It would take hours to text it. But you'll see the series soon because WTF."
She completely dodged that. She didn't fully look through the messages that James was saying. He said, "Can I have him?" Like, here's my thing. This goes for everybody. You should never, ever, ever let your friends fuck on your exes. I don't give a damn if they say, "Oh, yeah, just broke up." No. Because if me and my boyfriend broke up, and then all of a sudden my friends start dating my ex, I kind of feel like that just goes to show that y'all been had something going on. That you been wanting him. That you been was a snake. Like, the hell? Like, that's just not something you do. That's not really, like, a normal, decent human being would do. Like, you should never fuck on your best friend ex. I mean, how would you like if I do the same thing to you? Okay, then. So, I don't think you should do that. But James is goddamn trifling. Like, can I have him? Like, what?
LMAO. But thank you so much. Congrats on the painted love. He texted back and said, "Oh God, you're actually doing a series on it? I'm sorry." And she said, "Oh, just wait, because I gave this man a platform based off his lies, but I'm a way to heal from it and then clock it." And James said, "I'm sorry, Kayla." And she said, "You're so good. Thank you, sister." James in his TikTok then admits that he didn't take the conversation very seriously, which he now regrets.
Do you have a history with having maybe an addictive personality?
No, I don't. So it seems
Which he now regrets.
Going to be so honest, I did not take this conversation very seriously. And obviously, now knowing what we all do, I could have. Reading it back now, it is super clear that she was using humor to cope, and that is perfectly fine and valid. But at the time, I genuinely interpreted these messages as a messy breakup. Maybe he cheated, maybe they got into a drunken argument that ended badly. I could have never imagined what she was actually going through behind the scenes. I wish that I would have asked more questions, but frankly, I didn't feel comfortable doing so. First and foremost, she obviously wasn't ready to talk about it yet based on her last message. And secondly, me and Kayla Malik just weren't close friends. I don't say that to take away from her feelings about this. I don't say that to undermine what she went through. We've only met a couple of times. We collabed in 2023. She guest starred on the podcast with me in 2024, and we hung out at our mutual friend's Halloween party back in October. We've never hung out one-on-one. We've never had a deep conversation. I just really didn't know her that well to be able to interpret these messages and have a better idea of what was actually happening behind closed doors.
James then admits that he had a friendship with Evan Johnson and says that he wanted to be there for Evan, just hearing what Evan was.
So you were more close with Evan more than you were close with the girl?
Telling him.
I really to admit it, but I did have a brief friendship with Evan Johnson that started and ended well before I ever learned about
Okay, how long you been friends with him?
the violence that was going on.
That's the question.
He reached out to me a couple of days later asking me for advice and told me the same exact story that Zach Sellers believed and then repeated on the Be Better podcast, which was that the relationship was toxic, they both said things and did things that they shouldn't have, and a bunch of other stories that genuinely made me believe Evan Johnson was the victim in the situation. He told me that he moved back to Nashville to go to church and get therapy and try to become a better man.
I think that's probably why that she don't want to have a conversation with you, because of what you just said right there. Or maybe, no, this video that he posting right now with him talking, it got to be after that he was trying to have a conversation with her, and then she saw it and she was like, nah. That's probably what it is.
He seemed vulnerable. He seemed real, and he seemed scared that Kayla was going to get online and start telling lies about him. And he knew exactly what to say to relate it back to a situation that I was in that made me have sympathy for him and be on his side. I feel so forever believing him, but when I was in a similar situation, all I cared about was anybody treating me like a human being and hearing me out and being there for him, so that's what I tried to provide. We became closer, we started FaceTiming, he was very impressed, and eventually he...
James, now this is why people feel like that y'all did smash. Like, yeah, y'all texting, calling, inviting this man out. What the hell?
He wanted to come out to LA to escape and get his mind off of things for a weekend, so I invited him out.
See?
All we did was sit on the couch, order food, watch movies.
He goes on to say that he started to be suspicious of Evan and that
Oh,
he
come on,
had
James.
at one point and eventually had to ask Evan to leave his house, and then he stopped talking to Evan. Now, this kind of lines up with what Zach Sellers had said, that James and Evan hung out in LA. James did lie to Kayla about being with Evan at one point, but James is saying there was nothing romantic that happened between them, just trying to paint this out to be someone that he was helping as a friend, which is interesting.
But over the course of the weekend, I slowly started to notice that some of his stories were not exactly lining up. There were inconsistencies, and I started to get worried that I might be on the wrong side of things, and that was confirmed as soon as Kayla noticed that he was at my house and I had to lie to her. I didn't know what to do. I realized then that I was in the middle of a very situation that I should have never gotten involved with in the first place, but this man was staying with me and I didn't know how to get out of it. Later on that night, I told Evan straight up I was uncomfortable, I was upset that I had to lie to her, and that we could not hang out any further. He respected that, and the next morning, he flew home. As soon as Evan left LA, I immediately started making myself unavailable to him because I recognized that he was not the man he was telling me he was. But it wasn't until a month later, when Kayla uploaded her video, He Doesn't Love You, that I actually got to sit and watch how much of a monster he is.
James says that after seeing Kayla's video, he started getting messages from Zach Sellers warning him to cut Evan off. James was sure to include private messages from Zach too, where we can see in both 2020 and 2023, he sent messages to James and said, "You cute, keep being you." And he had replied to one of James's story before saying, "Good morning, handsome. Maybe one day he'll reply, LOL." And then we can see in February, he says something that is in reference to a conversation that James must have had with him.
Wait a minute. I can barely see. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. So, James is texting Zach. You cute, keep being you. Good handsome. Oh, so Zach telling James this. What?
Evan, where he says, "James, you were right. Blink or stupid," as we lost at the casino. Then we can see in March, Zach sent a message to James that says, "I need to get you to teach me how to do my makeup. Ha ha ha." Evan said, "You need to start buying painted," when I picked him up from the airport. Ha ha ha. In April, we see...
So Zach, he just came out of nowhere and just...
that Zach said,
That's what, like, he can't be trusted.
I think you should cut Evan off completely. He really did do some unacceptable-ish and told me last week that you were taking his side. Please keep this between us, but I cut him off today. He once again messaged and said, "Urgent, hey man, the things Evan has done is true and had us all manipulated. I've been posting my side of the story. Evan texted me and said you told him to stay quiet and that Kayla is a liar. I also have his location when he came to LA to stay with you when no one knew and doesn't know. People are asking for more information. If you want to reach out, let me know. Just trying to get the story out because he's evil. I was best friends with him here in Tennessee before Kayla's YouTube." Zach then messaged again and says, "Is that something you want to keep private? I wanted to at least try to attempt to reach out to you. We've been on FaceTime in Evan's car that night when me and Evan were going to the casino, so if you're confused, Evan's ex-modeling buddy, he always talked about, just let me know." So in what James goes on to say, it seems like he's upset that Zach has been seen in this good light despite having also been friends with Evan. And I think the reason why Zach has not really been questioned too hard about this is because he has been speaking out and saying all these things about James, and people know that Kayla and Zach are good.
Hi, Kayla. Hey, Kayla. We just finished with our interview, and
Oh my gosh.
we just wanted to let you know that we love you and we support you, and we're here.
You see how the way that he's talking to her right now, it is so fake and so disingenuous. Like, if y'all don't call that fake, then I don't know what the fuck y'all call it. Because look at the way how he's talking to her. Let me rewind this shit back. Hold on.
Hi, Kayla. Hey, Kayla. We just finished with our interview, and
Oh my gosh.
we just wanted to let you know that we love you and we support you, and we're here for you if you need anything.
Thank you. I love you guys so much, and I'm like really excited to see you guys.
Yes, I love you, Kayla.
Bro, it is fake as hell. And it's so, like, boy, like, it is so sad that people are just thirsty for attention. I'm not going to use the word cloud because let's be honest. To me, that's an annoying word. Like, these whole buzz trending words that y'all like to use so fucking much. That in chat. Like, come on now. Like, do y'all have a brain of your own? The hell? Like, come on now. It's clearly you just want some
Love you
attention.
guys.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too, guys. Love you all.
Love you.
When it got changed from his previous cancellations, these are the reason why James was so talked about because he hadn't said anything. It made the story bigger because people were like, why isn't he saying anything? Is it because he's guilty? The silence made the story bigger. Honestly, if he had just come out and said, like, I don't support Evan Johnson, like the first time his name was mentioned, I feel like it would have saved him a little bit, but the story just kept getting bigger as people had more and more questions every day. James is admitting to being just friends with Evan though, and nothing more, and claims that he cut Evan off after he heard everything, but he definitely
looked
just seems mad that
I'm
he's the
sorry,
only
he
one
looked a
getting
little bit
clogged for his
fruity.
association in any way with Evan when Zach isn't, and is basically calling Zach some clout chaser.
Evan. The only reason he even knew I was involved at all was because he was physically with Evan as his best friend, supporting him every single day. It took me 3 days with Evan to realize that something wasn't right here. It took Zach 3 months. So to act this way privately and then
So you hung out with him for 3 days, gotcha.
to get online as if I'm some monster was wild to me. What started off as a video of James Charles supporting Evan Johnson behind the scenes snowballed into more videos, more content, and then live streams. Every single night, Zach has been live asking for galaxies in exchange for showing more receipts. He's been asking his followers for their cities and locations so he can go on tour with Kayla after this is all over with. He's even been asking for donations on PayPal to
Tour? You want to go on tour on stage? Like I said, who are you and what do? You just sit there and just talk? Do you dance? Do you sing? Do you rap? Hell no. Do you do artwork? Do you DJ? Like, what do you do? Do you make beats? Like, who is this Zach? I'm gonna search him up.
James then says, once again, nothing romantic ever happened with Evan. He never gave Evan
You know
money.
what? We should take a lie machine test, James, just to see if you're lying. That would destroy the whole situation right there. This would end the whole situation. Just hook up on a lie machine. Isn't come on, it's a good idea. Tell me what y'all think.
For anything, he says he doesn't know if Evan lied to Zach about things, but nothing ever happened. He also said he didn't pay Evan's bail because that was another rumor that started going around, but that is pretty much what James had to say. Zach later then got online to talk about the situation and respond to James, saying that he hasn't lied about anything.
Hey James, so I'm on here because I'm responding to your video because you're gonna sue me and I can't wait to receive those papers and take this to court because everything I have spoken about is the absolute truth. Kind of crazy that you've been blowing the hell out of Kayla's phone up.
Look at the way how he's talking. He sounds so fucking happy. He just sounded so damn happy. Like he in this situation, like he in this story. Like he's just so happy.
And she's not responding to you because she knows
Look at
what
this.
you are and she knows the character that you are and she knows it's the absolute truth. And then you want to bring up Kayla's messages, my messages, but where are your and Evan's messages off Instagram?
Come on, look at the way how he's talking.
But just because it was vanish mode does not mean that we can't get a hold of those messages. Because when this goes to court, we will be able to get all of your Instagram messages.
Well,
With
shut
the
up.
wrong person, and that he won't give up on this.
But my legal team has already been in touch with yours. We're waiting on the papers because we will be subpoenaing your phone. No matter if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 messages have been on vanish mode. So this is not just,
Taking Zach to court, but he's clearly denying being intimate with Evan and is alleging that he is ready to fight in court. As of right now, though, that's what's been said by him in the situation. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this because there are people in his comment section that are supporting him and willing to take him at his word. And Bryce Hall actually called this out.
Oh my god, people are
Bryce Hall, what the hell you doing? Like what the hell? Like I think I haven't seen you since that whole boxing match with you and Austin. What's that name? Austin Mahone or whatever the hell. Austin. Y'all know what the hell I'm saying. But yeah, what the hell? Why you in this?
in his comment section saying, "Oh my god, I believe him. He didn't stutter once. This guy makes videos for a living. He's been on camera for 8 years. All he does is talk. He has 19 PR teams. Would you think he was going to put out something where he was like stuttering on his words. 30 minutes before James posted that.
I mean, James, he is a good talker and he talk fast. Like, I don't understand how people can like talk fast without stuttering. Like I said, my speech is bad. Like I talk hella bad. Like y'all would hear me stutter at the fucking moment.
Video. I watched the Be Better video. I just tagged him in the comments. He literally said what James Charles was going to post and how he was going to respond to this, and word for word did exactly what Be Better said he was going to do.
So I want to know what you guys think about what James had to say when addressing the situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video.
Bye. Like this is whoa, y'all. This is some hot tea. Oh yeah, I know this is way out of topic, but Tommy the Gossip, a little bit more about him before I end this video. Remember I was telling y'all about I was gonna make some critiques about him, maybe one or two. I made the first critique, and the second critique is that he keep telling people, "Ooh, don't tell me that who's saying this, who's saying that. Like, I don't want to hear it." And it's like, Tommy, you are a gossiper. That's what the hell they gonna do. That is your job. And that is their job. To report report the shit what they saying. Even if it isn't about you, they're gonna report back to you. Like you are Tommy the Gossip. Like, come on now. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about him. But yeah, if y'all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I hope you like this episode 5, I think. It gotta be episode 5. Hold on. Oh, no, it's 4. My bad. Yeah, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys in the next video or stream. You Timmy Turners, take care.